Once the elect is sealed, and once the elect gets that mark in their forehead, that spiritual mark, all right? There's two different marks. There's a mark that's talking about in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, and then there's a mark that is talking about in Revelation 13th chapter, all right? This is Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, all right? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry from the all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right? Now who's the ones that are sighing and crying for the abominations, man? That are done in the midst thereof, man? All right? That's us, man. All right, you see us here. We're out here preaching every Saturday. All right, we're out here speaking about the atrocities and the wickedness on this planet, man. All right, not these Edomites and that our own people do. All right, we're crying and sighing for the abominations. All right, so he's speaking about a mark, okay, that he's gonna place upon those men, and that's a mark that when you look it up in the Hebrew, it means exempt from judgment. All right. Because these people, all this hell is going to be breaking loose, right? There's only going to be the elect that's going to be exempt from judgment, man. The rest of these people are going to be destroyed, all right? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for the abominations, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the midst of and smite. And let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, all right? Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, all right? And begin at my sanctuary, right? So he's going to begin from the house of Israel, man, with the judgment. Okay, he's going to begin with the Israelites, man. All right, and he said that the men who have that mark, they're going to be exempt from that judgment. Okay, which means none of those judgments are going to hit them. Okay, and this is what we're fighting for, man. We're fighting for that incorruptible crown, and to be delivered in that time, man. Okay, because we can see it, man. We have the vision. We can see it. The time that's coming is going to be a time that has never been on the planet Earth, man. All right, it's going to be great tribulation, man. All right, food is gonna be scarce. All right, water is gonna be scarce. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of death, a lot of killing. All right, it's gonna be like a horror movie, man. All right, and to the others, he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. All right. So it said, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. So all of these people are going to get judgment. It doesn't matter if you're old, if you're young, if you're a woman. Right? It doesn't matter, man. All right. The Heavenly Father is not a respecter of persons, man, when it comes to judgment. All right. And the scriptures also say, who perished being innocent, man. All right. That baby didn't just come here, man. That baby was here before, man, in a different body. All right. That's called reincarnation, man. The scriptures speak about that, man. All right. And that's another thing, man. Is that if you don't understand reincarnation, you can never understand the scriptures. Okay. It's like he said, what Elijah was John the Baptist. John the Baptist was Elijah that was for to come. All right. So we know that reincarnation is in the scriptures. Okay, there's plenty. There's a lot of proof about that, man. How it said that Solomon would be hit with the stripes of men, but that never happened while he was ruling. That happened when he came back. Okay. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. Said women twice. Maids and women are the same thing. A maid is a young woman, and a woman is a regular woman, right? So it said woman twice, all right? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began as the ancient men which were before the house, man. All right. So that's what's gonna happen, man. The Heavenly Father is gonna have a certain group of men that's gonna have an exemption mark, man. All right. It's gonna have a spiritual exemption mark where no hell is gonna be able to touch them, man. All right. And this is why it says that what? A man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. That's talking about the elect. All right. Any one of those men with that exemption mark that it was speaking about in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. All right. Those men will be exempt from anything happening to them. So who do you think that these women are going to flock to, man? All right? Who do you think the women are going to flock to? You think they're not going to want to be protected in a time of complete chaos, man? Of course, man. All right? But like the Apostle Gabar said, and like the other brothers like to say, we're going to be kicking most of them to the curb, though. All right? In that time. All right? Let me read that one more time, man. All right. Let me read that one more time, man, because this is why Isaiah 30, the 32nd chapter says what it says. This is Ezekiel 9:4 again. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. All right. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. All right. So Jerusalem is wherever you Israelites are, man. Okay, wherever you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are. That's where Jerusalem is, all right? Right now we have a bunch of heathens in the land of Jerusalem, okay? Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's what we're doing, man. We're speaking about all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, all right? The average person ain't sighing and crying about that. They ain't worried about that. They ain't worried about the pollution that these Edomites are doing, about this wicked rulership, right? The unrighteous decrees, all right? They ain't worried about that. The only ones who are worried about that are the elect, man. All right, the prophets, man. All right. And to the others, he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the midst, through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, man. So the angels are going to be set up to destroy and kill all these different people for judgment, man. All right. While the people with that mark of exemption, all right, the elect, they're not going to be touched. Okay. There's going to be certain men, like brothers who are out here pushing this word out, that are not going to be touched, all right, by any destruction. Okay. Right, it said, and let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, right? Which is the mark of his exemption, man. All right? That's a spiritual mark, okay? And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house, man. All right, so we know that, listen, man, Esau has some plans for you Israelites, man. All right, the so-called white man has some plans for you Jakes, especially you Jakes that are all in one community, man. You guys are gonna get rolled down, man. All right, you're gonna get mowed down by Esau, man. All right. Most of these drills that Esau does is in the inner cities, man. He be doing these drills in the inner cities, man. All right, where the Israelites are, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are, man. And it says that they shall be as madmen, sparing none. So Esau's gonna bring some major hell on you Jakes, man, on you Israelites. Okay? So that's what it means. He's gonna start at his sanctuary. He's gonna start amongst you Israelites. Okay? But us of the elect, us of the hopeful elect, all right? Okay? Because if we're of the elect, we're not gonna be touched. All right? There's not going to be any trouble that's going to touch us, man. All right? A bullet's going to be flying in our direction and every bullet's going to miss. All right? Right? All the famine, we're going to eat, man. We're going to eat in that day. The scriptures say that. Okay? Let's get a matter of fact, that was the point there, man. All right? So the Heavenly Father is going to have a judgment. It's going to start at the Israelites. Okay, it's going to start with you Israelites. Okay, and then while it's happening to you Israelites, it's also going to happen to the rest of these people. But the main people who are going to get hit at the beginning are the Israelites, man. Okay, let me get a. What's that? Let me get Daniel's the 12th chapter. Okay, because that hell is gonna hit you Israelites heavy, man. So I don't know what Nate is talking about, man. Nate is trying to preach a prosperity doctrine in a time of war, man. All right. This is Daniel's 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, man. So there's going to be a time of trouble, all right, which is really Jacob's trouble, that has not been, man, all right. There's going to be a time that has not been, man, all right, which is going to be worse than any time in history, any point in history, okay. And that's the time we're talking about. In that time, you're gonna need Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai on your side. That's the only thing that can help you in that time. It's the only thing that's gonna be able to deliver you. All right. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much guns you have, Esau has more guns, man. Esau has weapons that can make you bleed from your ears, man. All right. He has certain weapons that can send out certain sounds that paralyze you, man. Esau has weapons that he has not even used yet, man. And he's about to use it, man. All right. He's about to use it on the people. Okay? Let me continue with that. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, man. Alright? So